I Labs here at FMS. I'm Princeton today. I'm here with the latest graduate in town, champion Albert,
The
and
latest graduate is
George is here. Guys, welcome.
Thank
And
you.
congratulations to you guys.
Thanks, Charlie. Thanks.
You're the latest graduate in town from the great KNUST.
The best university in Ghana.
The premier university deal. Me as a day here, I don't go fit tap it. The people go talk say that one day. Premier university day.
Legon is Okpongulu Harvard.
If your name is attached to Harvard, then it means that
It's
Charlie,
like Okpongulu Harvard. Like how you have
whether it's Opungu, whether it's Kanishi, right? It's Harvard.
KNUST is Oxford.
universities.
What is what?
Oxford.
Exactly.
I really play.
Guys, congrats.
Thanks, Charlie.
We are happy that you guys have sealed through.
Yeah.
4-year journey is not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy at all.
Yeah.
It's good.
But this one there, yeah, God. You need to have God on your side.
Yeah,
So how was the experience?
Charlie is. It was some good feeling
Yeah.
ending a 4-year journey. A journey of highs and lows. A lot of uncertainties. But actually, at the end of the day, you were able to end up completing this journey without any other thing. So, you just have to be happy and give thanks to the Almighty God for actually bringing you this far. It's a
That's
great
what that
milestone.
one
Yeah.
It's nice to have such a wonderful ending on that day when you're graduating. It's very beautiful. But just that after that, there's a long way to go.
That's it, you see.
You are welcome to the world.
That's
Like
it.
the proper world.
You're going to see things from different perspectives,
Yes,
not
yes.
as a student anymore. The world is now big.
Of course.
You'll be exposed to a lot of things, and that's where you should show that you learn something in the school. What you learned, you're not going to apply them in the world. So, Charlie, you just need to be smart, and you just need to apply what you learned in school.
Okay.
You're no more in school again.
All right. That's advice from the latest graduate in town. Charlie, you get something to say about?
Oh, all I'll say is, if you want to give up,
Give up.
Just give up.
if you reach your tail, if you like, give up.
Yeah. But I'm not sure it's an option.
No,
You
it's
just
not
have
options.
to keep going, and then
It's
you succeed,
it's a
yeah.
difficult journey, but you have to persevere, and then in the end you come out victorious. Some people didn't get the class they wanted, and then they are saying they don't want to come. But here's the situation: if you don't come, where you come on the 500 cedi you pay.
Yeah.
So if you are fit and you've passed all the requested examinations, you just come and just enjoy. It's a once in a lifetime experience, and it's a difficult journey. Like Albert said, you learn everything. It's an experience, and university is a big deal. You feel it's not a big deal. It's actually a big deal. So when you actually pass through it and you get out to the world, you have to offer a lot. The world are with us. We meet at the top. So yeah.
Right, welcome. Let's focus on our discussion today. Of course, big news coming in from Real Madrid is that Vinicius Jr. has decided not to extend his contract with the club as long as Xabi Alonso remains the head coach of the club. We know that there's been a long-standing feud between the two that is even extending to the other players.
Yeah.
And some of the players do not want to see him remain as the manager. They want him sacked. We're going to discuss that one and what's happening inside the club. Of course, the Real Madrid fan is going to give us some insight. And of course, the Champions League returns on Tuesday night. Chelsea, Barcelona.
Charlie.
You know that they are the most, the team that Chelsea have met most in the Champions League is Barca.
Okay.
18 times.
18 times.
18 times. We'll discuss that one briefly, and then also we'll discuss the other games and give you their predictions for this week's games. Halfway through the match, the Champions League phase. So it's getting heated. Very, very much heated. So guys, welcome once again. And I want to start with the Real Madrid issue. Vinicius Jr. Yesterday, it emerged that he met with Florentino Perez, El Presidente of Real Madrid, and to discuss a contract negotiation or extension. His contract is it ends in June 2027,
2027.
and the club have been pushing him to extend his contract. In fact, Vinicius was demanding the same amount or the highest ever salary limit given to a Real Madrid player, which is 30 million euros a year. And Hassan Mbappe is around that.
It's higher
no,
than
it's
that.
31 or
Mbappe is
32.
31. Wow.
Yeah.
So Vinicius is asking for that same amount. Obviously, he's also a big boy. He wants to get to that level. But Real Madrid see Mbappe as now their face and Vinicius probably the second player in the line. The player has been demanding that, so the issue or the contract negotiation was stalled. And then Xabi Alonso came into the picture. We understand he's not happy with, or the player is not happy with the way he's treating him. And so recently we know what happened in the El Clasico game when he was subbed. He was angry. Later on, he apologized to the club, but didn't mention Alonso in his apology.
Yeah. And even we discussed it here.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah.
And then we discussed whether he's been mistreated, the player. We discussed a lot about that. But it has gotten to, for me, the peak that if the player is demanding that the manager leaves the club, I bet it's something huge.
Yeah, very huge. There's chaos at Real Madrid right now. You see, this fight is not between a player who is not that influential at Real Madrid. Now, the fight is between a big boy at Real Madrid and also the head coach of Real Madrid. And mind you, this coach you are talking about is a former player of the club. He's a legend of the club. Irrespective of him being a legend and a big boy for Real Madrid, he's also one of the big guys football has ever seen. And if you're talking of 10 best defensive midfielders the game has ever produced, when you extend the list, you will consider Xabi Alonso, right from his days at Liverpool to Bayern Munich to Real Madrid. He's great. He has achieved success. And now he's coaching Real Madrid. Now, to the extent that a player will feel more treated in the club, he's not being treated well, and he will ask for the sack of the coach. Do you think Real Madrid, at the end of the day, will sack Xabi Alonso and then maintain Vinicius Jr.? Now, Vinicius Jr. is not the ideal big guy in the team anymore. Now it's Kylian Mbappe.
Yeah.
And if there is a good money that they can get in the sale of Vinicius Jr., in fact, they'll let him go.
So you think Madrid will choose the coach over Vinicius
Jr.? You see, Real Madrid does not pamper anybody. So this is the greatest club we are talking about. Too. Who are you, Vinicius Jr.? Who are you? They can choose the coach, they can choose the player, irrespective of your status at the club. The president will leave. Madrid is bigger than any other person in the club right now. The president at the end of the day will leave the club. Any of the players at the club right now, at the end of the day, after their contract, after their services, will leave. But Madrid will still be Madrid. So they will consider who is actually going to be more important for the success of Real Madrid going forward. Now, Vinicius Jr. are talking about is a left winger. They have a lot of left wing options in the club. Kylian Mbappe is a natural left winger.
Aside from Kylian Mbappe.
Rodrigo is a left winger.
Okay.
Brahim Diaz can play as a left winger. So for the left wing position, they have a lot of options to consider without Vinicius Jr. And it's clear that since Xabi Alonso came, one position that he has been rotating the most is the left wing position. Today is Rodrigo. The next day is Brahim Diaz. The following day, other Goulet. The following day, Bellingham.
Interestingly enough, when they played Elche last weekend, he played a three-back system and he benched Vinicius Jr. He was playing Frank Garcia on the left. And in the same game, Carlos was playing.
You see,
Vinicius was at the bench.
So when you studied the conversation behind the signing of, or before the appointment of Xabi Alonso to Real Madrid, the most topical issue people were talking about was as to whether he's going to field Vinicius Jr., Mbappe, Rodrigo, or Bellingham in the same lineup. I don't know whether you remember those discussions were in because the three-back system, you need to sacrifice one of your attacker to get the balance in there. But it came out that he's not going to stick with the three-back system he used to play with Bayer for Liverpool. He's going to evolve and try new things. He started new things at the initial stages. But going forward, you see that Charlie, Vinicius Jr. and Kylian Mbappe, Ufe na kumemua, Xabi Alonso akumemu pa ni opese oh yeah. He don't want to play those two players on the pitch.
He doesn't want to keep both players in, especially in the same area.
You see, in the match in the El Clasico, for instance, it was just that Barcelona didn't have a good game. Barcelona were bad on that day. But if Barcelona had a strong team, like 50% of what they had last season, Madrid wouldn't have beaten Barcelona. Because Vinicius Jr. had a good day, yes. Kylian Mbappe scored a goal, yes. But at the end of the day, even Barcelona with the limited quality they had, the limited players available they had, they were able to create some decent chances because the work rate of these two players was down off the ball. So in the midfield, you see, it's Jude Bellingham you see in the attack. He'll be doing the off the ball movement. Vinicius Junior and Kylian Mbappe, after they lose the ball, they will allow Vinicius Junior to Bellingham to go and do those things. So in big game, these two players, Vinicius Junior would like to score because he has done magic for Real Madrid. Madrid fans have seen Vinicius Junior perform magic for them before. He has led the club to win 2 Champions Leagues.
Yes.
And then Mbappe came. And Mbappe is coming in with a CV that's very rich. He's a World Cup champion.
But think about this here. We always talk about Mbappe, he being a big boy and all of that. In the Real Madrid contest, who is the big guy here? This is someone who has played for Real Madrid for at least 3 seasons. He's won the Champions League twice. Twice.
Yeah.
One, he was the best player
Yeah.
in the season.
Yeah.
And he's been a FIFA best player before.
Yeah.
So, and he's even come closer to the Ballon d'Or
Yeah.
than Mbappe.
Yeah.
So in the Real Madrid contest, are we not really changing the narrative and wrongly? Because this is someone who has carried a club since Benzema left. Even with Benzema, he was doing that with him. Yes, Mbappe came in as a big boy, but has he done enough for Real Madrid to really push everything onto Mbappe and say that this is our new guy?
So you see, with Real Madrid and with the happenings currently, we go back to the context. It's Real Madrid, the team Real Madrid, the brand Real Madrid, the whole institution Real Madrid. So Real Madrid is not a team that how Real Madrid is run. I think over the years you should know, Real Madrid do not care about reputation. They don't care about the player. They only want results. Real Madrid is a result-oriented institution, regardless of whoever you are. Me as a Real Madrid fan, ever since Cristiano Ronaldo left the club, that's when I realized that you need to stick to reality. It's Real Madrid, and you don't care who you are. Because Cristiano Ronaldo didn't get what he wanted. He's like literally the greatest Real Madrid player, arguably the greatest, the biggest ever. They watched him go. They didn't give him his demands. Real Madrid, Cristiano Ronaldo was whoever he thought he was. He needed whatever they could have given him. They should. But Florentino said, no, this is an institution. You are not bigger than us. And with Vinicius Junior's issue, me personally here, it's different perspectives. You see, there is a marketing side, there is a player management side, there is a results side, and then there's the fans side too as well.
Yeah.
When it comes to results, Kylian Mbappe came into the setup as the biggest. Right now, even till now, we would like to talk about the players who are on form. Right now, the best player in the world, leave out the Messi and the Ronaldo, the best player in the world. He's part of the top 3, if not the best player in the world right now. Yeah, I choose not to even add Harry Kane and things to the best player because I feel like, well, we if you want to decide, if you want to get a team right now, you have to sign a player. You're choosing between Haaland and Mbappe. You won't tell me you go for Harry Kane. So right now, currently, the best players in the race, please top 2, top 3, right? And on any day, in any club, everywhere, he will start every time. Right now, the only bad thing is that Mbappe left a Paris Saint-Germain team where he was I won't say he's a problem, but when he left, everything fell in place.
Yeah.
So he was that one nut. He was that one bad nut. When he left, they had Messi, Neymar, Di Maria, everybody. But when Mbappe left, there was balance. And then they won Champions League. Everything is dreaming to win. It has been won. When he left the setup, now he has come to a setup where it fits his pedigree, a Galactical side. And Vinicius Junior, I feel for him, but I've seen Ronaldo go, so I don't feel bad about Vinicius Junior issue. It pains me, but I've seen Cristiano Ronaldo go, and he went under the toughest circumstances, and he was able to prove. He went to Juventus, he proved he was the top scorer there. He won the Scudetto there. He moved to Saudi, he won. He's proved with his club. So Cristiano Ronaldo actually left and proved the point. But with Vinicius Junior, I bet you, if he leaves Real Madrid, in as much as he's a good player, I think he also needs Real Madrid at this point of his life. No matter what he's saying, he needs Real Madrid, even though they need to respect him because one, he has sacrificed. Vinicius Junior is like an epitome of commitment. He came to a team where he was very bad. He was that bad. I hated him. He was missing chances, dribbling. We were at our lowest from Scolari's time to all those coaches. You watch him grow from La Castilla. He has now risen through the ranks and he has come to win a Champions League twice, La Liga. He's been FIFA best, close to the Ballon d'Or, even because of his behavior and some one or two. he would have won the Ballon d'Or. I argue about this. I try to run away from the fact that Vinicius Junior was a very loved player. He was not the arguing type. He was a quiet player.
Yeah.
He would have won the Ballon d'Or.
I think that one had effect on.
See, there was nothing Rodri beat Vinicius Junior with for the Ballon d'Or. There was nothing. He had the good Euros. Rodri was not the best player at the Euros.
But he was given the best player.
So who was the best player?
In the Spain team.
Was it in the Euros or?
I mean, in that Spain setup, Rodri was not even the best player in that Spain setup. Talk of the whole Euro.
Who was the best player?
In Spain team. You see, it's about hype and it's about who.
No, who was the best?
See, they had Fabian Ruiz. Fabian Ruiz was fantastic. Nico Williams was fantastic. Lamine Yamal was fantastic. Rodri had the correct CV to fit it to win. There's some teams that you are in and then you are there. Let's see, look at Dembele. Dembele was not, he was outstanding in Paris Saint-Germain to win the Ballon d'Or. But Dembele had a massive team. Dembele was not the one carrying the team, but Dembele was the one holding the calling card. That if you want to pick someone to give the Ballon d'Or, he fits perfectly. He had the goals. He had everything he needed to win the Ballon d'Or. But Dembele was not the best. I would say how Ronaldo and Messi stand out to win Ballon d'Or. Dembele didn't stand out like that to win the.
Yeah.
Yes. So when you have certain, it's like when I remember, like
That's
you understand.
why Albert to say football has fallen.
It hasn't fallen.
Standard
You see,
has fallen.
It's a moment. We pick it. Vinicius Junior had a difficult task, and he was eventually brought out as the poster boy. There was Bellingham from the beginning of the season. There was Rafinha. You were able to now sail through to be the face to win the Ballon d'Or, being the favorite on all sports platforms, and now just your Copa America tournament, and you weren't able to win the Ballon d'Or. I bet you if it was Lionel Messi that had whatever Vinicius did, and he didn't even win that Copa America, he was still going to win the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, because it's Lionel.
It came down to votes and who they like.
Right.
I mean,
Exactly.
yes. So with Vinicius Junior issue, he has feud with Xabi Alonso, drawing back from Club World Cup where he benched him for Gonzalo Garcia. Now with the current one, they were classical. He was changed. He was trained. How he was showing. He was angry, and now you bring out an apology. You leave out the coach's name. Xabi Alonso managed this issue very calmly. He didn't even talk about it. He didn't even try to act any way about it. He was so calm about the whole issue. He even tried to defend him. But now listen, we're talking about business and reality. Kylian Mbappe is now the poster boy. Vinicius sacrificed for Benzema, sacrificed for so many people. He felt it was his time. And when it was his time, he didn't make use of it to win the Ballon d'Or. His time was that Ballon d'Or he made for Rodri win. He didn't win it. Right now, you can't get that money you want. You're not even, your form has dipped. 20 million a season. You are getting, you want 25 to 30. And with Saudi, when he just moves to Saudi, I don't think it's going to help his career trajectory.
Yeah, we'll come to what the resolution will be. But I like the fact that you mentioned where it started from the Club World Cup, and that is where the story stems from.
Yeah.
He decided to bench him, and I think there was even a game that it was because Trent was injured, so he had no option to start Vinicius Junior. But since then, there's an intriguing stat that Vinicius has completed just 5 games in 17 competitions. Wow. So Vinicius has played 90 minutes 5 times since the season started. So he doesn't see him as someone that he fits in his team, or maybe because there's Mbappe, he wants to align more to him, and even because of his style. Does he see Mbappe fitting into that 3-back system he wants to play, and even when he's not playing the 3-back, how he wants his team to move forward? But if you are Vinicius, was this the right way to approach this? You get where I'm coming from? Yeah. Because yes, the manager hasn't really been fair to you, but to go to the extent of telling the club president that if the manager stays there, I am not extending the contract.
So when we say fairness, I think, what's your meaning of fairness?
I think Real Madrid institutions, fairness doesn't count. There's nothing like fairness.
Fairness is something. Okay, we will be fair to Vinicius Junior and become unfair to certain players too.
Yes, and we are running an institution that's not based on fairness.
This is someone that Madrid are playing and things are not going well. He's the first to come off.
Okay, so Madrid also,
even when they are leading, especially in El Clasico,
then he's
the first to come off.
Yes. Okay. Then who Xabi Alonso has been unfair to the most is Rodrigo Goes.
Exactly, and
because this is someone who the Champions League they won Was it in 2022 or
Yes,
2021?
2021.
And he won the City
Against
they
Manchester
come back,
City.
yeah.
He came back, changed everything. He was, let's say, at clutch moments, he will come and rescue Real Madrid.
Yes.
He has been a big game player, and that's the name
Has
they've
always
given
been
him.
a
A big game player. He
player,
influenced the game. But Xabi Alonso came in. The entire FIFA Club World Cup, he didn't start a match. I'm not sure the minutes he played, they were even up to 40. But he's not complaining. You see,
Yes.
you might not be treated well by the coach, but to go to that extent that they should let the coach leave or you are going to leave. If I am the president, I'll let you leave. I'll let you leave because there are other players who also need minutes. There are other players. Vinicius Junior has played. Last time I saw some stats that he has played 7 matches without contributing a goal and assist this season.
Now it's 10.
Yeah, it's because
Now
the
it's
manager
10.
hasn't been consistent
Now
with
he has
him
clocked 10.
with his playing time.
So now you've clocked 10 matches without a goal and an assist.
you are not giving him the match playing time.
No, so must
to
you
build a
play?
consistency.
Must you play 90 minutes in those 10 games before you be able to provide a goal contribution?
Honestly, me, I'm not even a fan of that 0-0, 10-0 because I mean, look at Florian Wirtz at Liverpool. I mean, he's been England and their media. He's a fine player, but
Yes.
they're actually watching his growth with his contributions on the pitch. So I feel like even with that, even if it's 10 games, 20 games, Vinicius hasn't played. We know what Vinicius can do. So if he hasn't even scored goals in about 7 or 10 games, my point is that you can't go to the president to seek that you want to leave. Real Madrid have a record of letting big guys go and bring big guys and still deliver no matter how they suffer. So with me, as I sit here, I'm not happy about the situation, but I've lived to see a lot. The most dreaded one. Cristiano Ronaldo left today and still it pains me. Even though we've actually won 2 Champions League, I feel like he was supposed to be our star.
But see,
Man.
if you're comparing the Cristiano Ronaldo one to this one, I think they are very different.
Yes, but
The
then
Ronaldo
point
one
is that
was his twilight, like
Yeah.
he's ended everything with them. He's won everything with them, and it wasn't as if there was the rift between him and the manager. His time was coming to an end, so he was much closer to leaving the club. You understand?
Yes.
Vinicius is now leaving his peak of his career, and this sudden things happens to him. So there are two different things over here.
Yes,
and
yes,
and
I
I-
understand.
and also
Yes.
we are not just talking about Vinicius, who is calling for the manager's head. The thing has extended to the other players, and that is where the worry is, because stories or the reports are saying that players who are happy with him, the coach Xabi Alonso, and then there are players who are also unhappy with him. So, for example, players that are unhappy, of course, Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo is in there,
Yeah.
Valverde is in there,
Yeah.
Brahim Diaz, Ferland Mendy, and Endrick.
Okay, so these players, Brahim Diaz, Valverde, Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo,
Yeah.
Endrick, Yatebu Pele. What has been the minutes of these players since Xabi Alonso came in?
They don't play.
They don't play. That's
Yeah,
why
they
they are
barely play.
against Xabi Alonso.
Exactly.
And Endrick, for instance, Endrick and Slot Hokrana Unya Bimbo.
And funny enough, all these people that you're mentioning,
Na fella men no krade.
Vinicius is the biggest name. And secondly, Valverde's issue. I think Valverde has always been complaining because he has not been playing where he wants to play. It's like he's a utility player because he's good. He's always being sacrificed, a sacrificial lamb. He's a captain. He's playing here, playing there. He hasn't had a chance to shine like how he wants to. And the only thing he's earning is the respect for the whole team and the whole fraternity, because we respect Valverde a lot because he's sacrificed a lot. Valverde is playing right back, 6, wing, everywhere, running about, giving 100%. So if Vinicius Junior, and the issue you raised about Cristiano Ronaldo in his twilight and Vinicius Junior in, his early stages, look at the situation here. Cristiano Ronaldo actually I won't say he didn't shine, but the level where Vinicius Junior has reached at this age, Cristiano Ronaldo didn't get there, right? It's like Lamine Yamal's issue right now. You see, right now, football has changed, has evolved a lot. Young players now actually attaining some heights where some players end in their twilight stage. Look at Harry Kane, he's not in the Champions League. I don't know, when they bring Lamine Yamal down, you can actually say, yes, he's a big guy, he's a big name, regardless of his age. Look at what he has done. Harry Kane is a big guy. Look at his age. It's almost reaching his twilight. So in the end, it all boils down to the big name. That's why I use Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm not saying the situation of how he's ended his career. Ronaldo was a big name. Vinicius also was a big name. That's the context I'm giving. And Real Madrid don't care about big names. They bring you, they come, they will suffer. Look, you see this season, Barcelona whip pass about consecutive 5 times in a row. I thought that was going to be the end of us, because they were going to whip pass for like 5 consecutive, because look at the ball they were playing. Barcelona have just lost Inigo Martinez. I don't know who else. They still have their structure there, right? If they want to keep their toes up, they can still help us consecutively. But look at Real Madrid. They are conceding the goals. They are managing everything quietly.
So let me ask you.
I mean,
When watching Madrid games, what do you make of the approach and the tactics of Alonso, the style he wants to play and how he's using the players? For example, the Vinicius and Mbappe conundrum, the midfield, Ada Goulet playing number 10, and even Bellingham also coming in.
I feel like from my perspective, I feel like he wants to create some kind of balance where we sitting here, we have our ideas. Obviously, if I ask Albert to give me a lineup and what he sees from Madrid, he's going to give me his ideas. If I ask you, give me yours. But I feel like with Xabi Alonso's style, he's trying to give some kind of balance, giving some players the chance. Look at Mozatuano. He had a lot of minutes when Xabi Alonso came fresh. And I mean, Ada Goulet had a lot of minutes and he also was gelling. But the normal Real Madrid we know is the big names. They will play whether they do or whether they don't do. They are going to keep playing. And Alonso is using a kind of setup where he wants to let these players keep playing and try to manage the ego. And I feel like it's going to be difficult. That's why he's facing this conundrum. He's trying to bench Vinicius Jr. to make them know that this is a big club, this is Real Madrid. I don't care who you are. I'm also Xabi Alonso. He's trying to create some kind of man-to-man. I feel like, I won't say this very well, but I feel like Carlo Ancelotti was kind of ass-kissing the players. That's why they keep saying he has what good man management.
Oh yeah.
Yes, he was ass-kissing them because they actually do things that he needs to talk to them. Yeah. But he will be like, I want to free you, feel free, do what you want to do with the ball. He was like letting things slide, and the players were too comfortable, and they were delivering in the end. So it was making it quite difficult.
That's been the story of Real Madrid,
and that's the problem now.
That is the. You see, every club has their own culture.
Yes,
Madrid is like a player power based club. So I am not really in line with what you guys think that they will let the Vinicius leave. You get my point?
No, at this point.
Right now, it's not getting a result. 3 games without a win, and he's not getting the best out of every player in the team. Yes, Mbappe is still firing, and even with him, the last 2 games has been poor. Madrid before, and I am surprised because they bring in Alonso. We all felt that look. Yes, he has his own principles and all of that. But having been in dressing rooms like the Madrid team when he was a player with Chelsea, Bayern, Liverpool. Yeah. This is someone who is well trained enough to know how to deal with such situations. But it's been very different. And when he came, you mentioned that Carlo Ancelotti was allowing the players to live and even do less but still win. Yeah. But Alonso came into the team. And according to stories, I read the Athletic article. They said things that Ancelotti allowed them to do, they are not being allowed to do anymore. Yeah. Things like going to the club right after games, traveling and coming back to. He's not allowing those things. In the dressing room, he's cut down the number of people who have access to the players before a game, so it doesn't happen anymore. Even the training sessions, the number of players that are allowed to enter and even have time with the players, it is now limited. And there's one very big thing that also was happening to the team, like they leaking information to the media. In Madrid, it's very, very big. Media have access to the club. And if you realize this, when Madrid are playing a Champions League game, for example, their lineups, they even announce it like 2 hours before the game. It really happens. It was because the club is so fond of leaking information to the press. So they will end up announcing it very early so that there's no leakage into the media. And that's why they were doing that. So when Alonso came in, he wanted to change that narrative. So during the Club World Cup, when Garcia was starting, he tested them by giving out the information and they failed. They ended up leaking out the information to the press. So with that one, he's trying to change a lot of things in the club.
Like I said.
And the players are not happy. And again, according to the story, some are even unhappy to the extent that they said he's trying to be Pep. You get my point? He's been too rigid with the players. And I'm surprised that if you are bringing him to change the narrative around the club and change the direction, then why don't you allow the players to have the power that they have, to the extent that Vinicius would walk to the president and tell him that he wants the manager gone if he wants to extend his contract, and some of the players still are even supporting the Vinicius motion that he's pushing. So for me, I see Alonso's future in very shaky.
No.
If he doesn't get a result,
Yes, that's
Exactly.
The
Now,
player- the
you're
players
not,
will continue
you're
to
not
win.
giving a big
Exactly.
point. Because right now, the president and the whole team are backing Alonso. After he won the El Clasico, they are backing him. And they are getting the results from Mbappe. He's giving the goals. He's giving the assist. And looking at the whole issue here, if Carlo, right now, me sitting here, I'm a Madrid fan, and I feel like I've seen a lot. I've seen the West. So me, I'm waiting for who wins in the end. Vinicius or the players or
final
the coach.
what's going to be the resolution? Do you think that Vinicius will leave, or Alonso will just be sacrificed? After all, he is the one party here. The rest, the players are the other party.
Yes. Right now, I can't give you that answer like it's like something that is there. Because right now, realistically, it doesn't look that way that Vinicius will leave. But I'm saying that whoever prevails in the end, if Alonso keeps getting the results, Vinicius will be asked. If he doesn't get the results, then he becomes a problem now, and then he can be sacrificed. Real Madrid don't care about who is coming to be. No one is even pampered. If look at Mbappe, his first start, he was lashed by the media. Even the fans were saying this. Right now, he's delivering, and we are backing him. And that's how the system is run. You don't come and say you sacrifice a lot for the team, so you're going to no. When you perform, you stay. When you don't, you go. And that's how Real Madrid's culture has always been. So me, I'm just waiting for me. The direction of Xabi Alonso is fantastic because the players have been pampered a lot. And Ancelotti is a championship manager. If you take him through a whole season, he can't give you that Pep's consistency and they can go matches and win leagues consecutively. No, they are championship coaches. But Xabi Alonso is a man that knows how to manage a long run season, manage young players, so he's been unbeaten. And if we have that kind of coach in our
3 years better.
he's someone that if he comes to our setup, it's going to be fantastic. I wish Alonso shines at Real Madrid because look at Barcelona, they've really been consistent. I tell you right now that if it's not because of Champions League that we are winning, Real Madrid, if it's La Liga alone, we can't say anything. Barcelona have been consistent in the La Liga a lot. Right now, they're almost, I think we are at the same point, right? It's at the table. One point. And right now, every season, Barcelona are more of a favorites than Real Madrid, if you have to be. No, every season.
But we always see predictions from ESPN and the other places that they say Madrid will win.
So with this we are saying, it depends on who is conducting that survey.
Exactly. Because right now, if we are Barcelona, we know ourselves. We know ourselves very well. Every season, Barcelona are more favorites because when it comes to the little teams, they know how to beat them. Look at Bilbao. Look at how Barcelona won Bilbao. If we meet Bilbao today, it's a different game altogether. There's some teams that Madrid meets, the approach they meet with them. Look at Elche. If Barca meets this kind of thing, Barca finishes them off easily. Barca will suffer unless maybe they had a bad day or they were very reluctant, or maybe Real Madrid that they meet, even that they sometimes beat us over the years. By Madrid, we mostly win the La Liga when we give Barcelona a gap, a kind of gap. But when it's win and let me win, toes on toes, like how Pep and Liverpool and Man City goes win. Come on, Barca are very big favorites, so always win.
Okay, like Albert, final words, and then we move on to the other.
I don't think this issue is going to be. I don't think it's going to let any of these players leave this particular issue.
No.
I think Vinicius Junior will leave Real Madrid if he decides not to extend his contract. If not met his requirements, give him a salary increment or other things. And I think Xabi Alonso will be fired if the result does not go
Exactly. Precisely.
well. They'll find a way to resolve this issue. But for me, I think Madrid will need both Vinicius Junior and Kylian Mbappe. They should just communicate to them that, Charlie, you can't serve two gods.
Yes.
One must be the frontliner. Other should be the supporting figure in the team. We saw what happened between Messi and Neymar and Suarez. Neymar decided to leave. He felt like he was being under the shadows of Messi. He left. And how did it end? You see, it won't end well. Because how you started, you developed in an environment that you knew very well how to do things so that to achieve success. Now you move, Vinicius Junior will move to, let's say, Liverpool, let's say PSG, let's say Bayern Munich, let's say Chelsea. How are you going to adapt? How sure are you that the adaptation is going to be very quick? the demands, because Vinicius Junior, you are coming in with 2 Champions Leagues, 1 time second on the Ballon d'Or list, 1 time for the best player. So the expectations are going to be very high. They feel like you are going to be that figure who change things for the club. So Liverpool signs you right now. You come to Liverpool. Things are not going on well. Liverpool are on 11th right now.
And
You come in and they expect you to change things.
The media will talk in his heart. That guy.
Has
And the English media, they don't care. If you're not an English boy, oh my god, the media will lash you. Look at the German boys.
So I think they should be calm, and then they resolve this issue, and then everybody will actually forget.
Yeah, in Saudi Arabia and things, but actually, I feel like he still needs Real Madrid.
What are the options for him now?
Saudi Arabia.
Chelsea, is it
Chelsea,
Liverpool?
you see, Chelsea wouldn't sign
Vinicius
Mbappe because
They won't pay him that
of
money.
his salary.
He can just reduce it.
He won't reduce.
Ah,
Then why should he?
Right now
want
it's on
Madrid
what,
to-
80 million.
20 million
Maybe
pounds.
take 10.
Then
Yeah,
Chelsea.
he will stay
Yeah.
at
He's
Real
demanding
Madrid.
30 at Real Madrid. You want him to take 10.
Okay, it's going to be fun for Vinicius Junior at Xabi Alonso at Real Madrid. But I think Alonso will keep benching him because he wants to show his
Just
power.
want our results. That's that
And
now.
then if the results doesn't go his way, he'll be sacked.
Because I've
That's
defended
it.
Vinicius Junior than my life most of
Guys,
the time.
we'll leave it here. Madrid fans, let us know what you think about this issue. We'll jump into straight. Guys, leave us your comments in the comment section. Also, give us your prediction and tell us what you think about the games. We'll leave it here. Thanks for doing this with us, George and Albert. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.